That wouldn't get you there alone. Agree? You had to have a plan. Have a plan. Needed some plan. Some strategy. Now, if you have the plan, map, schedule of classes, and you can command yourself to do it, you would not do it unless there's a third element there. And that is, you thought it would benefit you. That is to say, you take care for yourself. You're taking care for yourself. You're concerned with yourself. Those things, when taken together, is all that, I'm stepping back to Plato for a moment, this is what gives people in the classical world evidence for saying there exists something that does that, taken together. It's something in us that does that. A soul. That's what they call soul. Doesn't mean it's eternal. It doesn't mean it goes to heaven or hell. It doesn't mean anything else. It just means that you have the capacity to do these things, and therefore they want to call that soul. All right? That's all. So then, would you agree from this brief description, we can now say that there's a principle in you, and you are willing to use the idea of soul. All right? All right? Took a few minutes, but it was worth it. Okay, all right. Now look here. Suppose you decided that you're interested in knowing more about yourself, and you wonder about this capacity that you have to seek for your own benefit and care, and that you're willing to command yourself to do it if you have a clear plan, strategy. Well, then, obviously, it must follow that if you have a plan and strategy, that you depend upon intelligence. Right, you depend upon intelligence. You depend upon it. If we're in intelligence, you couldn't have a plan, you couldn't have a strategy. It presupposes intelligence. That may vary between people, but nonetheless, would you not agree, it presupposes some kind of intelligence you can tap into to make your plan. And to the degree that you are successful in your plans, whatever it is, it gives you more confidence that a well-designed plan, a well-structured plan, a good strategy can reach the kinds of goals that you're most interested in seeking. In that sense, you're putting more and more emphasis and reliance upon and using what we call intelligence. Suppose you wanted to get close to that and really grasp it most intimately. Right? Not just infer its existence. But suppose you could finally find a way to grasp what this thing really is. Would it just be an idea, like a definition in a dictionary? Would it have some kind of existence? Wait a minute, we said it has some kind of being. So it does have existence, because that's what we mean by being. And we also said it has some vitality. Let me suggest that with an exclamation point. All right. Well, if it has some being, intelligent vitality, wouldn't it be interesting to try to grasp it? Because if you did, then I presume that you'd be able to know what the intelligence knows, see what the intelligence sees, if it's possible to experience such a thing. Look here. Good thing we have another page. By making that our concern, our personal concern, by reflecting on it, that's all I mean by contemplation, by continuously reflecting on this question, what is the source of the strategies I create? What's the source of the plans I make? Presupposes an intelligence. What is this intelligence? Turning it into an internal question now. I'm turning it into an internal question. When you do that, from the intelligence must come the word of what its scope is. Must come the word. In other words, by this reflecting, by making yourself available and open to this, there it becomes, within a period of time, you get an interesting insight into what it is. Right? You get a certain insight into what it is. That's called the word. Right? Must come the word of what its scope is. Now, when we said a moment ago that if you have a plan and you have a strategy, that presupposes something came before it. Couldn't have a plan or a strategy unless there was some intelligence. That's its prior then. That came before it. Right? Prior. Oh, if something came before it, upon which it depends for its existence, that's the condition for its existence, that's its content. So, if anything comes from it, that's its issue. But most clearly, now here's the part we're going to have to build. What comes from it is both pure and simple. Go back to that in a minute. Now, by continuously reflecting upon this, then you're caught up in a reflective activity. So you're turning upon yourself. You're turning upon yourself because you're not expecting intelligence to be in the kitchen drawer, right? Or in the library. It's got to be some way accessible to you. It has impacted you, therefore it must be akin to you. So, okay, where is it? What's it like? By staying with that question and asking, what is it that's prior to the soul? We said intelligence. Now we can say, wait a minute. Must there be something prior even to intelligence? Does it have a content? Does something come forth from it? In other words, we can ask the same set of questions about it. Now, this is where a rather curious word comes in, and it's probably one of the most interesting terms in all of philosophy, and why it's there. Thank goodness it's there. But it makes the entire pursuit most human. It's this one. Becoming sensitive to this, becoming sensitive, open, in the sense of receptive, right? Becoming sensitive, receptive, open to these kind of reflections, being absorbed in it. You then are allowing yourself to become a receptacle. You're then, to the degree that you are involved in this question, you're not going to be involved in other things. Turn off the TV, turn off a lot of things. It's from this heightened reflection about your own